Lions TV, boys, full time. Changing formation, 0-0. Start with you, Pete. Was it a good result? Was it a good performance?
It was. I don't know. It was more action this week. More running, more tempo. But unfortunately, no end product. Yeah. They're the worst team. They're the worst team in the league, bottom of the league. You know, I thought, I was looking at a 2 or 3-0 win there today, but again, just couldn't put the ball in the net. The chances. I think the only chance we really had was Ferguson. Really, the free kick. Improved performance, but I just couldn't see us scoring. If we played for another 90 minutes, I couldn't see us scoring. Players were getting into the right positions, making the wrong decisions sometimes with a pass. Just seems like, I know it's only 2 games in, but it just seems we lost our way a little bit, I think.
Yeah, massively. Joe, do you reckon he made the right decision going 3 at the back? 3 changes. Bennett in for Leonard, Williams in for Woods. But the one that was a bit of a surprise, even for me, who, I'm always Matt Smith's biggest fan, 4 goals in his last 2, Smith's out and Bradshaw's in. Why do you think he did that?
Yeah, when I first looked at it, I thought that was a strong sort of starting lineup. But Smith's done well. But I think if you're going to use Smith, I think it's a completely different game plan. If you're bringing on Bradshaw, so maybe he's gone for something a bit different. We've got Bennett there. There was a bit more pace there today. But for me, it was better than last Saturday, but still not good enough. We still got off the pace. And he brought Smith on towards the end. And I said, as soon as you bring him on, it's just a complete different game plan. You have to switch everything. You then have to go long ball, target man. It all depends on, I don't know what Ray's thinking sometimes.
Yeah, it's a bit of he seems to have changed his thought process a bit. He first off, he stuck crosses in the box, and then brought Matt Smith on, didn't stick no crosses in the box. Kieran, what did you think of it all?
I think, like in the group chat that we've got with someone nail on the head saying if we're going to, kind of make a push for the top 6 or be in and around there, games like today is the ones you got to win. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, they're bottom, they're trying to get a relegation zone, they're fighting for their lives, but do you know what I mean? I don't think they've won a home game or even picked up points at home for a long, long time. And today, I think we just don't really look as, defensively solid as we did when we was on, good run, when we was going away to Preston, going away to Nottingham Forest. We was looking defensively solid. But I don't get me wrong, at times we make good defensive decisions, but I think at times today they got into our box a little bit too easily. Sometimes when they was getting in amongst our kind of 6-yard box, I was thinking, God, this looks a bit too easy. They're just striding along, and our defence seemed a bit lapsy-daisy. But as Joe just said there, I think it kind of killed the game a bit. I think starting with Bradshaw was the right decision because for him and more so Bennett looked a bit sharp at times going down the channels. But like Joe just said there, as soon as you bring Matt Smith on, and I like Matt Smith, I'm a fan, but you don't really have that much movement going forward. You ain't got the players running down the channel, so I think that killed it off for me.
But also, you got the set pieces, right? Look at the set pieces we had today.
Yeah, we had a lot of set pieces.
Right? You got Hutchison, you got Murray Wallace, you got Cooper, right?
Smith all at the end.
We couldn't win a header in a corner.
I think it is the problem with, and I've said this in my videos. When you have a corner, right, you want to be running onto the ball, attacking it. We all go and stand around the keeper. Okay, you maybe sit one person in around the keeper, one person on the front post, but everyone else should be holding back and running in. You can't win an header when you're from a standing start or you're trying to run back and get your head back round it.
We seem to be floating them over. We're floating them over. There's no pace on the ball. You need a cross with a bit of pace for someone to run onto and go bang. But as you said, we're sticking too close to the keeper and sort of floating them over.
I think the players are getting in these positions like Malumbi did in the second half. I want to start with the first half before we move into the second, but we're getting into these positions and it doesn't look like we know what to do because we don't often get in them decent positions.
I agree.
Well, that was very prevalent last Saturday. But yeah, same again today. It was just... we used to say under Harris, we could get into the final third and when we get there, we seem to run out of ideas. Like... we done a few good things today, but then you get in that final third and there's no end product. And I don't know.
And there's not as many players going forward in the final third. You know, when we get the opportunity, you think, why isn't he in the box? And why isn't he in the box? But
I think it goes back again to the midfield. Like, our two centre midfielders are too defence-minded. There's no one there's not an attacking midfielder coming in, running up to the edge of the box, getting that last ball.
I thought we got forward a bit better today, and I think that Williams allowed him to do that. Let's talk about the first half, because there was the thing is, there's two ways to look at this. I'm moaning like fucking my full-time reaction, but and people will argue, say we're safe. You know, we nearly got this time last year. We was battling with relegation. We're safe this year, and it's been a very difficult season because of the fucking corona and whatever. But there's two ways to look at it. So you can look at it that way and say, look, last week's slow start, a little bit better this week. We definitely had a little bit more pace going forward. We seemed a bit more keen to get forward in numbers. But on the flip side of that, Barnsley are 23rd for a reason. They're a League One club. They've only come up, don't forget, it's their first season back in the champ. They've had 4 shots on target there. Our first shot on target was the 95th minute, which is a looping Matt Smith header. You know, if you want to look at it from a way we should be getting into the playoffs, we could be getting into the playoffs. For me, it was nowhere near good enough. For people saying we dominated the game, all right, we had the ball a fair bit. How did we dominate the game? The keeper's not had to make a save.
You say it's like it's moaning, but I just think it's more like and that's what I was saying last week. I said it weren't much to worry about, but this week I'm a bit more concerned. But it's because I think we're all just frustrated because we know that we are good enough. We've seen it at different times of the season. Like we've against Forest, and even before the break, we went to Preston. We got great results. Bristol City. Look at our away records. Bristol City, all these wins that we've got. We know that we actually are good enough, and that the league's open and set for the taking. But we're holding back, kind of going for the games. I think when you're in a stage where we are, it don't look like we're going down. You just got to. Take the lead by scruff of the neck and just go for it. We are good enough.
Kieran took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say the exact same thing. We're getting frustrated. The reason we're getting frustrated is because we know we can do better.
Yeah, we can do better.
We're not seen it. Where we are by luck. We're there on merit, and we just need to go to that next level now to sort of. We know we can reach the playoffs. Any team's there for the taking. So why are we getting annoyed? Is with games like that we should be winning.
But we can't keep harping on, we're safe and all that. We've got
you've got to be ambitious.
Yeah, we're a team of progression and we're going for. Don't keep going, we're lucky to be here. We're lucky to be here.
I agree with you, but there will be people saying, look, these fuckers are moaning again. They're all moaning again. Look, they should realise where we are as a club.
Okay. They're the dinosaurs, right? We've got to go forward. No, we're lucky to stay up for bottom. Shit. We've got to go forward. And under rail, we were going here. It's gone off the rails a little bit now. We sort of lost our way a little bit, which a lot of clubs would have done. Some clubs have kicked on, but we've lost our way a little bit. But no, we're a team in progression. No saying so we should have got relegated. Listen, we deserve to be where we was today, and we've had a good chance to make the playoffs. Looking at our last 9 fixtures, you looked at that. You looked at everyone else's fixtures. We had the easiest lot of fixtures.
It's a real way, though, isn't it? You always look at it and think, oh, yeah, it's there.
The problem with us as fans is when you get close to something like we are for the playoffs, I think a lot of people would have taken just being safe this season, even like a top half finish. But when you get within touching distance of a bit of success, maybe reaching those playoffs,
we fade away.
If we fade away and we don't get it, we get down and.
But that's how far we've come, though. Yeah. That's how we've come.
Pete, I'll tell you what, one decision the biggest decision he made today was obviously to play Bradshaw against his old club and drop Smith out. Did you agree with that, Pete? And how did you think Bradshaw played?
Listen, Dad, every game's got its different merits, right? I think we needed a bit of pace up front. Yeah, I think we needed to get the ball down the channel, get it up quick. And I think with last week's game with Matt, it was a bit slow. So when the ball got up there weren't enough people. Listen, we didn't get enough people forward last week at all.
On a positive note, how good did Mason Bennett? I thought he looked.
Yeah, Mason Bennett looked good, but we was more quicker going forward. Yeah. Listen, I think Matt Smith's done a brilliant job, but I think he's that when we need to get a goal when we're losing, or the last 5-10 minutes. But no, I like it. But I think every game in this championship, you've got to look at different merits.
It's got different needs, isn't it? Different needs for different teams.
Like if we was at Leeds now, like a team that's going to cane you, like Leeds, no way I would play Matt Smith. No way I'd play Matt Smith. Yeah. Teams like the teams at the bottom, you've got to have a little bit of pace about you to try and get behind them. We was more like, say, a bit more movement today. Not more movement, but I think that Kieran just said, we need to get that midfield up, going midfield going a bit more. Because you need that cross.
One thing I didn't agree with, I wouldn't have dropped Ryan Woods. And the thing is
I
as
would
well,
have. Yeah, I would have.
The thing is with me, like, I like Sean Williams, and the thing is as well, I didn't really think we used, Sean Williams' advantage, like usually, sprays different balls about the channels. But I think Ryan Woods, I think he just offers us that little bit more.
Yeah, he was shocking
I think we touched on it last week. Even Dan said that Woods and Malumbi were too similar. Maybe they can't play together. So,
do you know the way I was thinking? I explained it to someone earlier. Look, Woods is technically a very, very good player. There's no getting away from that. But he's not played a long time at Millwall. I think he takes the easy option by taking balls off the back two, and he's not been spraying 70, 80-yard passes. Now, my argument would be Sean Williams has been a Millwall player for a very long time. He's been a very good first-team regular for the last 3 or 4 years. He plays well with Malumbi. They're both from the same neck of the woods. And I think that, he just knows what's expected more than Ryan Woods does as a Millwall player. I mean, look, again, moving on to Ryan Woods, he come off the bench. Rowett was very well renowned for when he first come to Millwall. If the game weren't going right, he'd change it and he'd get his substitutions spot on. I don't think he really knows what he's doing with his substitutions at the minute. Bringing the players on he did. Kieran, what did you think of, first of all, Bennett, who did you think stood out for you, Kieran, again? A couple of Millwall players, and then we'll ask Joe as well about the substitutions.
I thought, like I said, Bennett was he just looked very sharp. Like every time he was going forward, he looked quite threatening. He just knows what he's doing every time he's on the attack. He's got the right ideas. I thought Marlon done really well today again, and I thought last week he was the best player on our side. I thought he looked really well today. It was a shame that him and Jed didn't really have the link up of usual. I thought again, the midfield was a bit flat for me. It was like non-existent. But if there was any positives to take from it, I'd go with like Mason Bennett and Marlon Romeo.
Joe?
I sort of lost track of the subs in the end. So it's making 5 now, aren't we? It's really, like, but he brought Bennett off towards the end, didn't he? And I said he's worked hard. He looks like he might be one of the only players that could make something happen. So I would have maybe kept him on, but Dad said, "Well, no, he's done a lot. He probably needs to come off."
He didn't play last week. He had a little game time before he came to us, either did he? So he's probably blowing.
He took Williams off as well, didn't he? Or Woods, was it? Yeah. But Williams, I like him, but I didn't really notice he was on the pitch today. I couldn't really see what he'd done. And then you got Scalak and Mahoney coming on at the end. As you just said, it's like Rowett's just sort of going, right, there you go. Just
it's like Holloway.
With no real sort of plan of what they're going to do. Scalak, how many times have we seen him just being thrown on with...
It's a complete... I've come to the point now, and I did try and fucking push for Scalak. I don't always want to slag players up. I tried, come on, Scalak, you can do it. And every week, I don't know what he's got about him, but I seem to fall for this trick where I go, do you know what, this could be Yuri's week. He is never going to do it in a Millwall shirt. You might as well never, ever play him again. Just play him up and get fucking rid of him. And we keep hearing about all these Abdul Malik, Billy Mitchells, Hayden Muller, George Alexander, Junior Tids. We keep hearing all about them. I can't see in the last 2 games how a young player could have done any worse getting put on in the positions than our subs did. Other than Matt Smith who come on and...
Players are probably chomping at the bit as well. They're like, come on, give me a go, and they'll probably...
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they'll be enthusiastic and they'll want to have a go for it. So for the people watching who will say, oh, you're mad, there'll be people watching this who will agree. There'll be people watching this who disagree and will go, you lot don't stop moaning. My argument will be to them, okay, if we were so good today, why did we not have a shot on target to the 95th minute?
There you go.
Yeah,
the answer's him.
I did say that, like I say, not just that again, getting back to the set pieces. We couldn't get on the end of one of the set pieces. Of all the players, and even when Matt Smith came on, we couldn't win a header. We was all right. That was our strong point, winning headers. But like you say, no shots on target. Just nothing going on today. But you've got to look at players like Jed. That he's one of our main. He's our main creator.
And I thought when he went central towards the end, I thought it made a real difference. I think he's got to be in the 10. He has to be in the 10.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that or not?
With Jed.
Yeah, I think we've touched on it many times.
I just think he says, but there's a couple of times, like Paul Eiffel used to do sometimes, when he try and beat a player and it bounced off of him, hit his leg and he's gone past him. Jed was running into, weren't running in the right places.
In terms of Jed, is that
he just weren't, but he ain't there. And I think without Jed being on song, our team ain't on song.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree, but I still think when he came central, he was a lot more effective because he will do what Bennett was doing very well in the first half, which is running at people at pace. I just think he's wasting on the right. I think I'd rather play him central and Bennett and Mahoney on either wing.
He would be better as like a. Do you know what the role that Ryan Edwards was kind of playing last week? Kind of just off the striker.
Yeah, just off of Matt Smith maybe.
But the thing is with Jed Wallace, it's like we say that like you just said, Dad. He's either when he's on song, the team on song, but he's I feel like he's our main form of creativity really. When
there ain't no one else.
I know, but when he goes forward and when he's got the ideas, like he does try, and obviously he gets a lot of stick because he makes the wrong passes and he does, but it's because he's got the right intention. He's trying to go forward,
forward thinking. Bit like Ben Thompson. Ben Thompson, forward thinking midfielder.
Yeah. I think that was a positive today. That was a positive. Tomo coming off the bench after injury.
Yeah. The other two aside was, don't get me wrong, with a game like today now, Woods all day long. Because there was so much space out there, he could have run the game, playing the ball left, right, and centre. He could have run the game today. I just think that, like I say, there's so much room out there today to take advantage of the game, but we never. Yeah. And Jed, like I say, Jed, what's his name? Bennett worked his socks off. Jed just quite ain't there. Just quite ain't there.
Going back to Bradshaw quickly, we'll touch on two things. Bradshaw, for the Bradshaw haters, and I'm not one of them, they'll go, see, he's not done a fucking thing. He's been 60 yards from goal, getting balls drilled at him up here with a defender up his arse. It's very hard for Tom Bradshaw. If he's in and around the box and gets chances, he will score. Arguably, the one he could have scored where he could have tried to get across the defender, and he didn't do that. Also, another player who obviously is my favourite player of all time, Shane Ferguson. If we look at it from a flip side, from what we're all saying, it wasn't good enough. If that goes in, it's inches away in it. If that goes in, it could have been a completely different game. But does he do enough? I mean, look, he doesn't do enough for me, Shane Ferguson, other than he set one last week and he's inches away from a brilliant free kick this week, but he just doesn't do enough for me. Yeah, what do you not think?
I think it's hard to say like he doesn't do enough. I feel like he has improved a lot. Like first season we went up, I wasn't a fan of him at all. I was saying, he was wasteful. He's one-footed, this, that, and the other. But last season, I noticed a big improvement in him. And, he is, when he comes to it, like he's a good crosser of the ball. Once he gets into them positions, like I said, maybe just not quite good enough for the championship. He's
not a bad squad player. I just think if you're in this shit and you're up against it, I don't think he's going to be a man you want in the trenches.
Yeah, he's got a great left foot on him, but like he's got, I say. Well, he's good at corners, but obviously if he was that good, we would have maybe got on the end of something today. But
Pete, more positive news to come out of today is results around us. Preston obviously lost, albeit at home to Cardiff, and Swansea lost. So we're still in and around it. Do you think that we can still do it, or do you think it's gone?
I think after today, it's going to be.
We've
made it hard work for ourselves, but I said. I think we need a minimum of 4 points out of the next two games to keep there or there, and that's depending on other results as well. So, if we don't get a win and a draw out of the next two, Swansea and Charlton, then I'd say no. We've just made it very difficult for ourselves with today's result, I think.
Pete, what do you positives out of today's game? Who would you pick as our best player for you today?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Could have been. I thought Bennett worked his socks off, So I'm going to give it to Bennett, he's intent on going forward with the ball, and he's running off the ball, and he's running into the channels. I'm going to give it to Bennett. Yeah.
Boys,
listen.
I agree. I was going to say exact same thing.
We didn't have to do much today. They are the worst team, without a shadow of doubt. I've seen.
They're now rock bottom after today's result, and they're bottom. They're there for a reason. The table doesn't lie. And again, that's going back to where people say, "Oh, you could moan about that," but they're rock bottom now for a reason. We should be winning now, I think.
So we're the sort of team now. When we all go to play teams like Preston or Derby Counties and West Brom, I expect to win these days. I expect.
Since Rowett's come,
I expect to win these games now because that's I think how good we've come on. Not looking down or like it's the other guys you said about we're glad. No, I'm looking at these teams. I'm looking at teams like Barnsley, which some people say is a similar size club to ours, right? And we should be caning them.
I'll be interested to see what he says after today's game, to be honest. In terms of what he thinks about it and what he thinks about going forward. But like I said, we'll see.
What we just need, one of them goals coming off the backside, get that win.
A bit of luck, bit of confidence back, bit of momentum.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, like that, on the flip side of what we're saying, I thought that today, if that goes in Shane Ferguson, we get that bit of luck. Could have been a completely different story, completely different video we're doing now. Do you know what I mean? But
and even if that did go in, as you said, you would have taken anything. However we won, you would have taken it, whether it's a 1-0 or a 3-0. Just
win ugly, just get it done.
Yeah.
Right, left to right, starting with Kieran.
Yeah.
Left to right as I'm looking at it. Yeah. Just a yes or a no, boys. Will we make the playoffs?
Nah.
Pete?
No.
Yes.
Joe?
I've been a yes man for ages, but after today, I'm going to say no, I'm afraid.
But I think we will finish the season strong. Like that's my. If I could add anything else onto it, because
I think no as well. But again, maybe small steps. Last week was a slow start. Derby have won again today. We just got to get that victory. I know we're playing Tuesday, but next Friday's the one, boys. We need to keep that record intact against the Anoraks, and they've won today. So if everyone's going to get a rocket up our arse, now is the time, isn't it?
My word is stay positive, boys.
Yeah.
Stay positive, right? We just need that little bit of luck.
Trying.
I know it's hard. Stay positive. We're in a good position.
Stay positive after just coating them off for the last.
Just said no as well, yeah.
That's the way I am. I am. It's like we could lose 6-0 and I think we'll win the next game. That's the way that's what Support Mill's all about. Yes, not the last two games haven't been great, but I've always got that belief in the back of my mind. I did last year. I thought we'd make the playoffs.
Last year.
Well, when we just stayed up.
No, what was the
TKO season before?
TKO, yeah, TKO one. I thought we'd make the playoffs then, and we fell away. And I think that might be a similar thing could become. But I'm gonna stick with. I think we're gonna make the playoffs. I think we will.
We are going to make the playoffs now. Right? That's two yeses and two nos. Boys, always a pleasure. No doubt I'll speak to you.
2 no's, 1 yes.
Oh, you're a yes. No, 3 no's.
Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, I just.
Oh, we got Connor here. What'd you say?
4 no's.
4 no's.
1 yes.
1 yes.
Too many things are all bang on form.
Connor's got such yum, he refused to be in the video. Boys, still no Chinese tonight either.
No, it'll have to be Indian.
Indian
when we lose, Chinese when we win.
Yeah, I'd rather lose. I'm more of an Indian man than a Chinese.
I don't know what to be fair, but.
Right, boys. Good to speak to you.
Yeah.
Right,
Dan.
Come on, you lot.